Hi everyone, Teddy Baldassarre with TeddyBaldassarre.com. In this video, we're looking at a brand new watch from Tissot, a new PRX dial color with this mint color dial. This one is absolutely spectacular in person. So in this video and on this channel, we cover watches available for purchase on our website, TeddyBaldassarre.com, as an authorized dealer. So in this video, deep dive on this timepiece, final points of consideration at the end, but also throughout this video, if you want more information, check out the product page, also where you can purchase the watch. But guys, let's jump into the video, take a closer look at this new PRX Mint. Now, it's hard to believe that the Tissot PRX was launched as recently as 2021 when you consider how rapidly this model family has ascended to become one of the most popular, important collections for Tissot as a brand in the modern era. At the beginning of 2022, we saw a slew of updates to the PRX family, including a new 35mm quartz variant, leather strap optionality for the 40mm options, and additional dial colors across the collection. And what was the most surprising maneuver, though, we were also introduced with the new PRX Chrono in a new 42mm format with an integrated chronograph caliber from Valjoux at an elevated price of $1,750. Really well positioned for a Swiss mechanical chronograph. But since then, things have been relatively quiet for the PRX. That is, right up until the release of this new mint dial variant of the 40mm PRX quartz. Now let's take a closer look. So to address the elephant in the room right up front, while it would be fair to say this dial color qualifies more as mint green than it does Tiffany blue, there are certain similarities to this shade that are going to bound to be called out by even the most casual watch enthusiasts out there. And with the popularity of the Tiffany dial Patek Nautilus and it being completely unobtainable, this Tissot probably makes a good amount of sense for those that are looking at something like that. Now, the PRX is that attainable watch that gives you a taste of that high horology integrated sports look, and Tissot is certainly leaning into it here. More than a matte effect, the mint green here is executed with vertically textured surface that plays with changing lighting conditions. Beyond the color, the new dial, which is visible beneath a flat sapphire crystal, retains the overall design format from the previous quartz iterations, including the faceted and applied indices, a faceted date window at 3, and the printing of Tissot in 1853 at 12, with the writing of the PRX in retro-style text at 6. The indice and baton-style hands do contain a small amount of superluminova, which glows with underwhelming incandescence and a bit unevenly between the dial and hands, while still adding a shot of everyday utility to the overall design. And while this new dial execution is the standout feature without question, the PRX's central calling card is still here with its impressively executed case and bracelet. At 40mm in diameter paired with a 44.6mm lug-to-lug and a thickness of 10.6mm, the finishing on this case is still some of the best you're going to find for the price, simply put. In a price arena where many brands go in the cheap for the straps and bracelets, the PRX manages to separate itself from the crowd to an impressive effect, with a central case finish with uniform vertical brush surfaces that extends throughout the bracelet. All of the sides of the primary surfaces are polished, including the bezel that is lifted from the core case and a long bevel cast along the entire length of that case that shines impressively under the light. The crown is seated within the case slightly, offering a compromise between protection and accessibility while being signed with the Tissot T. Between the crown and the snap-on case back, the PRX is rated for 100 meters of water resistance, a level that provides more than enough peace of mind in almost all but the most extreme aquatic scenarios. The bracelet seamlessly transitioned into the case and again demonstrates how Tissot did not cut any corners in producing this collection. The same brushing on the central case is here, but to add some flair, the inside links are all polished, making the turn of the wrist under the brighter light particularly interesting as each facet provides some reflection. As I've often argued, it's one of the best bracelets in the price point by a far margin, and though the nature of the end links does extend out to a theoretical lug-to-lug of 51mm or so, which I always say it's probably better to split this metric of 51 with that 44mm to give you a more accurate representation of this watch, but I would say it wears closer to that 40mm, if not slightly larger in its actual size. The well-finished bracelet tapers to a 2-button butterfly release, features pin-adjusted links, and a quick release mechanism on the back of the bracelet. The links are rather small compared to the other traditional sports watches, so getting a solid fit shouldn't be a problem, has never been for me, but there are no points of micro-adjustment in the bracelet, which could make a 100% perfect fit elusive for some people out there. With Tissot being a Swiss brand and a member of the world-leading Swatch group, the PRX collection still relies on quality quartz calibers from ETA. Now, the Tissot PRX continues to depend on the ETA F06.115. And while it's nothing crazy, this is a trusted caliber from one of the most prominent makers of movements in Switzerland, offering 3 joules, a battery life of at least 5 years, as well as an end-of-life indicator that causes the second hand to jump in 4-second increments when the battery is ready to be replaced. And while the idea of a quartz caliber is often shunned by the snobbier watch enthusiasts, it is important to note that this unique mint color dial currently is only being offered with a quartz caliber. For me personally, going for a quartz within the PRX family provides the ease, durability, and improved accuracy associated with quartz timekeeping, while also giving you the fit and finish of the Powermatic version that's going to be a few $100s more. So now to unpack looking at this watch, talking about the new dial color and some of the cons and pros. I think generally many of you know where I stand in the PRX. I think it's one of the best points of value in affordable watchmaking out there. And just to nail some of the cons here to begin, the fact that it's only available in 40 millimeters and a quartz option. Some people are just not going to like that. These watches do wear true to size, if not slightly larger, when you factor in the extended lug to lug here. Also, for the quick release system, it is nice to see, but I've always found that it is a little bit more challenging to get your fingernails in there, just given the distance, but that's a small point. On the pro side, if you are somebody that likes, say, this Tiffany dial, and some people are cringing listening to me saying that out loud, a Tiffany style dial, I'm gonna say it again so you're cringing once more, but if you are someone that likes that, this is really the watch to go for if you like that. When I saw these as press release photos, I thought, oh boy, here we go again. And then I saw them in person, I'm like, oh man, now I want one. And I didn't think I was going to like these as much as I did, but the color here, as you're probably seeing in this video, it just simply pops. There's no question about it. And then from there, it's pretty much conventional PRX. Finishing on the case is absolutely there. Finishing on the dial, absolutely there. The design is absolutely no nonsense, and if you like the integrated look, this is going to be one of the best options you're going to find. 100 meters of water resistance, so you're getting that sporty upside here. And with that mint or Tiffany dial, whatever we want to call this thing, you have to admit, it's a pretty cool package for under $400. All right, guys, well, thank you again so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit the bell icon. It's a great way to help out the channel. But also, definitely check out TeddyBaldassarre.com. We're an authorized dealer of over 30 brands, including the watches covered in this video. It's a great way to get a watch. You have a full factory warranty for all the products that we offer, dedicated customer service team based here in the United States, and we don't take any money from the brands to produce the videos that we're creating. How we're able to support myself, the entire team here, and all the content that we produce is through selling watches on TeddyBaldassarre.com. So if you like this content, also the content we do on the main channel, it's the best way to support the content to allow us to continue to foster a new generation of watch enthusiasts in the process. But guys, thank you again so much for watching. Be well, and I will see you all very soon.